Second and goal, Harris. Inside the 5. Harris dives for the goal line.
I don't think that's a fumble. Yeah, that's a touchdown.
NFL News Today.
Ball came loose once he hit it on the ground.
After he crossed the plane, it's ruled a touchdown.
Dialed in on details, Seattle Seahawks impressed by new coach Mike Macdonald. Losing a head coach is never an easy thing to do. Of course, if things aren't going well, the choice can be simple. The challenging aspect, though, will be replacing the head coach and several staff assistants. After 14 years in charge, the Seattle Seahawks made the decision to part ways with longtime head coach Pete Carroll. The Seahawks had regressed during the previous 3 years, making the playoffs just once, so it came as a bit of a surprise. In an attempt to continue on the success of the previous 10-plus years, they made a deliberate move and signed Mike Macdonald, the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, to succeed Carroll. After 2 years calling the Ravens' defense, Macdonald had emerged as a highly sought-after coaching candidate, so the hiring was met with widespread acclaim. After the 2020 season, he left the team to take a position as defensive coordinator for the Michigan Wolverines. He stayed there for a season before coming back to the team and building the best scoring defense in the NFL the previous season. Given that Carroll and Macdonald run rather different schematic schemes, there were many unanswered issues regarding the defense when they moved to Seattle. As for installation, though, that hasn't been much of a problem because Macdonald called off the last day of minicamp. The key to a new head coach's early success is how well the players adjust to his or her style, and thus far, the players' reactions have been overwhelmingly positive. Rising star cornerback Devin Witherspoon, for example, has recently praised Macdonald and even called him a nerd. "He's really cool, dude. But coach isn't like that. He is an intellectual. He is highly intelligent and perceptive. Thus, his defense-building style is not typical or natural in the league. That is what sets him apart. He truly has a different way of thinking. Because of the way he organizes his defense, you can never predict what he will run. Something could appear to be something, yet it's entirely not." Devin Witherspoon, CB for the Seahawks. What made Witherspoon's remarks noteworthy was her reference to Macdonald as a brain guy. His players' perceptions of him are heavily influenced by his intelligence. Boy Mafe, an edge rusher, expressed similar thoughts about his new coach's attention to detail. "I can tell that he is extremely focused on his details. He has an intense attention to detail. Therefore, for us, it's one of those situations where you have to match that energy and ensure that you understand his goals and how he envisions the team to look, and then we just need to apply that as best we can." Seahawks edge, Mafe Boy. Macdonald's relationship with his players is a compliment to his intelligence. Building and maintaining interpersonal relationships is essential when attempting to create a culture, particularly when emulating a legend like Carroll. It's critical to lend your players your ear when they need it. This month during minicamp, star receiver DK Metcalf praised Macdonald for precisely that. "I simply enjoy his candor. He talks to every player and adores open communication. I enjoy that he is introducing his unique approach to Seattle. He is not attempting to imitate any previous work that has been done. All he's doing is bringing Mike Macdonald to the Seahawks." WRDK Metcalf of the Seahawks. Leonard Williams, who has already witnessed these qualities in abundance and is grateful for the chance to work with a defensive-minded coach with an inventive strategy, ties everything together. "He's a really knowledgeable coach. He's definitely coming ahead with just the relationship amongst the men. Naturally, I believe that any new head coach will have to grow in that area as they get to know their players and the club. Additionally, there are certain players who have been here for a very long time under a particular coach, and there have undoubtedly been some growing pains. However, I believe the men are truly adjusting to having him as their head coach, and he's a terrific guy." Seahawks D. Leonardo. The cynic in us will argue that players won't be disparaging their new head coach at this early stage. It is true, of course. That does not, however, imply that they will make an effort to say kind things. Players saying things like this is important, no matter when the coach takes over, especially after the team has completed its first off-season program under a new coach, like the Seahawks had just done with Macdonald. Though only time will tell how things pan out in the future, Macdonald appears to be well on his way to being a successful head coach as he works to put Seattle back in the running for titles in 2024 and beyond, with players firmly in his favor and appearing to buy in thus far.
That was going to be another sack fumble.
Second down and 5. Smith again under pressure.